Hey guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. Time for supper. So, tonight I'm going to make a dinner. Well, I didn't see the recipe said 16 ounces of mushrooms. I only have 8. We're going to have to make it work. But what it says to do, I'm going to actually do mine differently. I'm going to use different sausage and I'm going to add onions and we'll see how it turns out. And we're not putting it in the oven. So in my pan already, I have some olive oil. And you know what? If you run into where, you know what, you don't have enough of something or you got something different or whatever, you know what? Make it you. You don't have to follow that stuff. You know, make it whatever you can afford to do or whatever you have on hand. The only thing I had to order was the mushrooms and I didn't order enough. That's it. Now the recipe calls for turkey or Italian sausage. Well, I have kielbasa. So that's what we're going to use. And I'm going to start putting it in the pan. It also says to put each thing in and take it out and do this and do that. And you guys know I'm not all about that at all. I know sometimes it's important to follow a recipe, but when it's something like this, I really don't think that, you know, you use a different kind of meat or you don't have enough mushrooms or whatever it happens to be. I don't think it's going to ruin the dish, and I think that it'll still turn out really, really good. And it'll have your flair on it, not somebody else's. So I'm going to get all this kielbasa cut up. Getting a little bit of a late start here, but that's okay. It'll all be done by the time he gets home. He should be getting to the parking ride anytime. So sometimes you just get a late start. That's just how it is. Alright. The neighbor, he put a fence up along the back. And it's on his side of the property. Tom was upset. I was at first till I found out that it was on his property. I'm like, yes. So now I don't have to put one. Alright, so we got that. Now, it doesn't call for onion, but I want onion. And not the dices like I made yesterday. I'm just going to make these in the half moons. I know it says, cook your sausage first, do this, do that. And I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do it all at one time. So the veggies can get nice and cooked and caramelized too, if they need be. And I think it'll be just fine. Because what if your oven don't work? And you want to make this? We can make it on the stovetop. Why not? Now we haven't pulled up my peppers. And I have had Tom bring in what I had that was ready. He brought me in one that's got partial green on it, a yellow one, and I don't know how we got a red one, but we did. And I'm going to just put those in slices too. I already did all the gutting and everything before I got you guys on here. One was really, really tiny, but you know what? Use what you got. And if it wasn't enough, I do have some that, you know, I've been freezing up as I go along. And I have some in just strips. I have some in, you know, chunks. Yeah, they're still green. and they're still producing, so we haven't pulled them up yet. I think that's what's funny. It's the best pepper year that we've had, actually. Normally, our peppers don't do very well, but I think that helps that we don't have the groundhog or whatever it is eating on them, because it's usually what he does. And this year, we haven't had to worry about that, because he won't come out front, which is good. So this is a meal, basically, you could grab whatever you have and throw it together. I guess you could call it a struggle meal, but it's just whatever you have. I don't remember if I said anything, but I think I have 6 or 8 other channels that are going to add to the struggle meals. So that'll be quite nice. We'll see. I don't know. I don't have dates for them to come on or anything like that. And some will say they will post and then they don't. But hopefully we get a few of them that actually follow up and follow through. I guess this is a lot more peppers than I thought there'd be. But that's okay. I don't have enough mushrooms, so that's alright. Almost done. If nothing, this is going to be a really, really colorful meal, which you guys know how I like color. You know what's nice? They're all my peppers. Little ones, big ones, whatever they happen to be, they're all mine. And here it is almost November, and they're still producing. Now, because I only have 16 ounces, and you know, these pre-cut ones are really thick, and it says on there to do thick ones, but because I only have the 8 ounces, we're going to cut those into smaller pieces so that we can still get mushrooms in every bite. Because, well, why not? And then there'll be more of the, like the onions and the peppers too. Because believe me, if I would have read on there 16 ounces, I'd have done it, because I am a true mushroom fan. I love mushrooms. So that wouldn't have been a problem. So this one is more prep than it is anything else. But still, it's a pretty inexpensive meal. I think those are pretty small, so we don't need to do that with them. And we're going to put those in there too. And the floor seen a piece of mushroom. Uh-oh. Look at that. Let me bring you down here and show it to you. Isn't that beautiful? And then it calls for a recipe I've never heard of. It's called, or seasoning. It's called spike seasoning. I've never heard of that, so I don't have it. But it does call for Italian seasoning. It calls for half a teaspoon of the Italian mixture, which I don't have. But I do have some of this complete seasoning, and we're going to use some of that. I know Tennessee Nikki uses that stuff a lot, and it is really tasty. So I have that little one, and then I have a big one that I ordered and that I have in the cupboard too. Because it is pretty good, and you can use it on meat, you can use it on vegetables, you could use it on anything. Well, that looks pretty seasoned up. You can just see all the seasonings on it. Oh, you guys, it's starting to smell really, really, really good. Look at that. All right, so I'm going to let this cook a little bit, and then we're going to come back and finish it up. All right, so now it's cooked down. Got my floor swept up, my dishes done. Gave me time to do a lot. The next thing you're going to do is put cheese on it. This one asks for mozzarella, but we're going to use that Gouda that I bought. Because it was so cheap that we'll use that up instead of the mozzarella that I got really cheap. Hopefully it'll seal back up. There we go. And now instead, because it's not in the oven, I turned it down to low, and we're going to let it melt the cheese on the stove. So we'll come back when that's done. Take a look at that. And didn't have to turn on the oven. And so I've got that, and I've got some leftover cottage cheese I had in a container because I bought new, and a little bit of pepper on top, and there's dinner. So I will meet you at the table as soon as Tom gets here and he can try it. Well, hi Tom.
Hello.
How are you?
Hungry.
Well, eat up. This is supposed to be peppers, sausage, and mushrooms, but I added onions to it. And I didn't bake it. I did it all on the stove.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
The kielbasa is good.
Well, how's the other stuff?
Then the pepper from our garden.
Yep. I cut up all 3 of them. They always taste better because they're from our garden, right?
Well, somebody said we didn't have any produce at all out of our garden. Looked like produce to me.
Yeah. So you happy with dinner?
Yeah.
Alrighty. There we go. You guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
Bye, Belle.
Bye, Belle.
You guys have a great night.